I have this classmate of mine who seems to be very confident, charismatic, energetic, and funny. He's the type of person that people really want to be around. He's got this energy, this aura that's really captivating. He's got all of the qualities that make people instantly captivated and magnetized, drawn to him, compelled almost. He's like a celebrity because people just seem to love being around him. They all swarm to him like bees to honey. They all swarm around. And when people get into a social interaction with this guy, it kind of seems like people prioritize this guy. They put him on a pedestal and they completely put themselves last. They put themselves last. It happens every single time. Over the years, I've been in the same situation where I would completely idolize somebody. I would put them first, and I would completely forget all of the qualities that I have within myself. Yeah, so I was in secondary school and I had a horrible experience in secondary school. I was bullied throughout my whole entire secondary school life. Funnily enough, I went to 3 secondary schools and I was bullied in each one of them. One of the things that I would do that would really affect my mental health, it would fuck it up even more than what the bullying did to me, was I would idolize the most popular person in my year group. So I would sit there and I would idolize this person. I would compare myself. I would get inside my head and start doing all of this self-deprecating negative bullshit, which would further deteriorate my mental health. And I would say, why can't I be like him? Why can't I be captivating and funny and charismatic? But actually, I found out that I am now. I'm all of those things that I was idolizing within that popular person. Those qualities that you wish you had, you do have them. You do have them. You just have to build them up. You can have all of those qualities if you just build them up over time. If you start to improve yourself, if you start to take initiative and see what route you can take in order to improve your social skills, in order to improve your humor, you can have all of those qualities. There's no reason why you can't have those qualities, because you can. Everybody can. If that person has, then surely you can too. So what it just comes down to is developing yourself, because without a shadow of a doubt, this person who you're currently idolizing, they surely didn't have all of those qualities to begin with. They weren't funny, they weren't confident, they weren't compelling or captivating or magnetizing to be around. They were just an average Joe. But gradually over time, they collected data, they improved themselves, they improved their confidence, their social skills, and now they're ready to go out into the world and attract people left, right, and center. One of the root causes of putting people on a pedestal is not having that self-confidence and self-esteem within yourself. And to be brutally honest with you, I think putting people on the pedestal means that somewhere along the lines you haven't truly healed yourself, you haven't truly developed your confidence, because a truly confident person wouldn't obsess over somebody, they wouldn't prioritize them and put them on a pedestal to the extent that they're kind of worshipping them like a god or a deity or some type of celebrity. You need to develop your self-confidence in order to get out of this cycle of constantly putting people on a pedestal all the time. Next, you just need to be self-aware. When you're feeling those emotions, you have to be self-aware. You have to be self-aware. You have to be self-aware, otherwise your mind is going to control you. There's this famous quote by Andrew Tate. He once said this in an interview. It was something along the lines of this: if you let your mind control you, you're just a feather in the wind, letting it blow you from one direction to the other, from happy place to sad place, from happy place to sad place. And so you need to learn to control your mind, otherwise it's going to dictate the way that you feel, it's going to dictate your actions and everything else that you do throughout your life. So when you feel these emotions arising within you, these thoughts of obsessing over somebody, you have to acknowledge them. So you say to yourself, right, what am I feeling at the moment? What am I feeling? And if your answer is, I'm feeling attachment or obsession over somebody, then you have to further question and ask, why am I feeling this way? What is the reality of this situation? Delving in deeper into the root cause of this situation is ultimately how you're going to fix it. And the third step is, what are some of the solutions to this? If you have a lack of confidence, which is making you obsess over other people, which is making you put them on a pedestal, then you'd have to think, maybe if I develop my confidence over time and I started to practice self-love, then maybe that would stop me from obsessing over other people. If I truly found my own great qualities within myself, then maybe that would stop me from idolizing other people. And when we obsess over people, when we put them on a pedestal, we have this unrealistic perception of them in our minds, that they're this perfect godly-like figure who doesn't make mistakes, who doesn't poop, who isn't dirty or unhygienic, or they're just the perfect person, right? They're just the perfect person. And that is another thing that's making us so fixated onto the idea of idolizing a person. It's just that perfect image of them in our minds that we've created, and that thoughts that we have, it's giving us this dopamine, it's giving us that rush, that adrenaline rush. Whenever we think of this person, it gives us that hit of dopamine. It's like a drug. And so we keep thinking of them, we keep obsessing over them, and we can't seem to get ourselves out of that cycle. Setting realistic expectations is going to help, because when it comes down to it, when we think of the most charismatic person, we think that they're flawless, they don't have any flaws, and we create this mental image in our minds, this fabricated perception of them, and then we get fixated off that thought. We almost become delusional because we think that they're this magical, godly-like figure who makes no mistakes, who doesn't poop, who is perfect 100% of the time, and actually that's not the case at all, because they do make mistakes. They poop, they sleep, they do everything like everybody else, but it's just your mind. It's your mind, it's the oxytocin, it's the dopamine that's giving you this rush, it's giving you this energy every time that you think of this person. And it can kind of get addictive in a way to obsess over somebody, because it's giving you that dopamine every time. It's like a drug. Every time you think of somebody, you get a dopamine hit. You think of your favorite person, you think of the person that you're idolizing, you get that instant rush, and then it keeps going on. Cycle keeps going. The way that we can stop this attachment behavior, obsessing over somebody, putting them on a pedestal, you need to have self-love, self-acceptance. Develop your confidence over time. Go to the gym. Positive affirmations. I keep saying this time and time again because it's like a miracle. It's a miracle. The more that you repeat things, the mind learns by repetition. The more you repeat it. I'm amazing. I'm confident. I'm fucking confident. I'm confident. The more you start to repeat those things to yourself, you're going to feel more confident throughout time. And then you wouldn't be in this state of attaching yourself to other people. You wouldn't be like that anymore. You won't feel that way. Fantasizing and having this warped perception of people is what's making you put people on a pedestal in the first place. So you need to ground yourself in reality and have a bit of reality check from time to time. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you all today. Thank you so much for watching. And before I go, I'm going to leave off with this. When you fall down, pick yourself back up again like the warrior that you are. And you keep fighting the fight. You keep fighting the fight. I'll see you later, guys. Peace.